We want to thank our amazing sponsor, the Rope Drop Queen herself, Michelle McKnight. She is a destination specialist with touring plans and can help you plan an amazing vacation. Whether it's Disney, Universal, a cruise, or an all-inclusive, she can help you with booking, planning, and strategizing to help you have an incredible experience at a great rate. Contact her today at michelle@touringplans.com. Now, on to the show.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. Derek and Doug talking all things Disney. And today, we're actually recording this right after the McKnights got back from their cruise and Walt Disney World trip. So you can check out the cruise episode last week. But now we're talking with Doug and Michelle about the land part of their stay. So welcome to the show, Michelle and Doug. You're here. So let's talk a little bit more about what all you did and where you stayed.
Well, we stayed the night before the cruise at the Poly.
The Poly? The newly remodeled Poly that we all love and want to stay at?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So Michelle happened to snag a room because you had been looking for a while, hadn't you?
I did. I really wanted to stay there for the one night beforehand. And there was no availability for like 2 months. But then I snagged a theme park view room at the Poly, and I just kind of held on to it and didn't tell Doug it was even theme park view until we arrived.
I found out it was theme park view when she's like, I don't know how that building's going to be theme park view. Oh, by the way, I got theme park view.
Yeah.
So, and it was theme park view. You could see the castle. Had our flight not been late, we would have been able to watch fireworks.
What? The McKnights had
Denver.
a late flight to
Denver?
Fault. Oh my gosh, you guys. But I want to hear all about the Moana theme because that has been what's been trending lately. Is it overdone? Not enough? Was it really needed? What do you guys think?
I think it was just right. Yes, one wall is a little busy, but it's not like it causes you to lose sleep or anything. But a lot of neat artwork in the room, a lot of little details and touches without feeling like you're in a child's room. You know, that's kind of the concern is you feel like, oh, this room was for like a 9-year-old girl, right? I don't think it felt like that. Did you?
No. I thought it was tasteful. I know some people said that the wall was busy. There's like a big wall with like almost like his tattoo.
Yeah, his tattoo basically. Maui's tattoo is on the wall. And then in the curtain shut, it's got a lot of pattern to it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, the Polynesian. So it fit the theme.
If you were just looking at the beds, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't even know.
There was a little bit of floral on like the throw pillow,
mm-hmm.
but then that was it. No.
They put a little bench at the end of the beds. It was fantastic. I had a place to sit to put on my shoes.
Wow.
That's
nice.
a sign you're getting old when you're excited about
really
a bench
is.
to put on your shoes.
Well, I was going to ask, besides the painting, what else were changed in the room you were in?
It's got the hardwood floor type.
Mm-hmm. On the lamps, there was like little like pua decoration, or almost hidden because they were pretty subtle. If you were just glancing around the room, you wouldn't know that they were there.
Derek, more outlets than you could shake a stick at.
Finally.
There's even a USB-C port by the beds.
Oh, that's actually really good news. That's a good detail. I've been saying that for a while now that we need USB-C ports.
I didn't test to see if it was strong enough to charge a computer or just to charge like something smaller, but I wish I would have. But why put it in if it can't charge?
I had this conversation the other day, actually. That's funny that they did that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I knew you'd be excited about that.
I am. Really.
A big update was to the bathroom.
Yeah.
The sinks
are functional?
They were functional.
Oh, that's the contemporary that wasn't functional.
But the shower is great. It's like the one at the Riviera. It's great. Like you can do the waterfall, or it's got the
regular
handle
shower head. I mean,
yeah, amazing. And then the toilet is closed off in a different room. So yeah, lots of really good updates there.
Yeah, and coffee maker, chiller, all those sort of things. All the things you'd expect. But yeah, lots of outlets, very comfortable bed. It was great. We were only there one night. You're not really staying at the Poly unless you get lost at the Poly at some point, but we didn't really get lost. We went straight from our car to the room without any problem, didn't we?
Well, we were going to go to the boat the next morning.
Yeah,
And then
it doesn't run early enough for
yeah, and then
anybody's purpose.
we took a turn that we could have
we
turned
did
faster.
get lost at the Poly.
There you
You're
go.
not really
Yep.
at the Poly unless you
Nope,
get lost.
I've done it. I've done it multiple times. I totally
I'm going
get
to
it.
let Michelle say what room and building we were in. Take it away.
We were in the Aotearoa.
Yep, I'm sure Alex will correct that, but that's why I'm not pronouncing it. It's just to the left of the Great
Aotearoa.
Ceremonial House, basically. If you go any further left, you're at the Luau.
It's right by Tonga, which has like suites in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very tiny building, and then Fiji's on the other side of it. So, yeah, it's on the.
I'm
very
guessing
edge.
you did not get into Trader Sam's because I've seen some of those lines lately are getting ridiculous.
No, we're okay with that.
Okay. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
that
have
just
been.
looks like a COVID
They didn't
party.
have the policies that DCL has.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Poly was great. That next morning we walked to the TTC to rope drop
Because the
Magic
monorail
Kingdom.
station is still
It
non-operational.
should be getting open soon.
I don't know.
It looks neat though from the parking lot.
Yeah,
it looks a lot better.
neater.
Oh, that's
the
good.
pictures of the Poly are going to be a lot better going forward. But going to the TTC for rope drop was frustrating because we stood
What,
there
the TTC
forever.
frustrating? Never.
Right. We should have just walked all the way to the Magic Kingdom because by the time we got to the Magic Kingdom, we were on the first monorail. And we were behind a lot of people already down Main Street. Granted, we didn't have big plans. We weren't doing Space Mountain or Mine Train or Thunder Mountain. So we're like, okay, we're not doing one of the big ones. We don't need to be at the front of the crowd. We can just linger back out of the crowd and then go. Because we were going to do the Jungle Cruise, right? That's not a huge rope drop priority. Ever. Never.
Unless a movie just happened to come out.
You know... That's a thing. Yeah, so I swear everybody went to the Jungle Cruise. Michelle says not everybody went there, but the line was already back up the steps.
There was plenty of people headed to Space Mountain and plenty of people headed to Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah.
Where did Michelle want to go? That's the question.
We were later than I wanted to be because the monorails. So we
Yeah.
arrived. Let's go back.
Let's go back. Let's go back, if you will.
We arrived at the TTC around 7:45, and then security didn't even open until like probably 8:05.
Mm-hmm.
We were allowed to line up at security around 8, and then everyone came from the parking lot around 8:05. So we were at the front of the security line. But then once we did that, then we had to stand by the monorail line.
Just
And we were at the front of that too.
kept stopping us.
We were on the monorail at 8:11 is what I have a picture of. So
with all of our new best friends.
yeah. But when we were there, not even a month ago, people were already in the Magic Kingdom by that time. So I was frustrated.
Yeah.
And when we got there was absolutely no lines and
Everybody was already in the Magic
on Main
Kingdom.
Street. So I knew when we arrived that I was not going to go on Space. I was not going to go on Seven Dwarfs because if we got stuck in a line, then we wouldn't be able to go back and change at the Poly and then go to the
We
port.
only had an hour, really.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was more about seeing the 50, like the medallion on the castle, the 50, because that got put up like the week after we left in July.
Yeah, convenient.
Yeah. So it was about seeing like that. And then we
Took a lot of castle pictures.
Yeah. And then
Partner
fall,
statues unboxed now.
Fall arrived. So we took some pictures
Yeah,
of
it is
fall
fall. It
stuff.
felt like fall, let me tell you.
107 degrees out.
So
I'm
hot.
sure.
Yeah.
Feels like
In
fall
the-
right now
in
out
the
here.
morning.
No humidity whatsoever.
So you couldn't get Jungle Cruise, Doug. What did you do?
We went to Pirates
And
we-
got soaked.
Yeah. So, yeah, we didn't think about that. I keep forgetting that those cannons actually get you now.
Yeah.
And then we were
yeah.
going to do Haunted Mansion, but it was down.
Yeah, it was down. Yeah.
Yeah, so then we ended up on Small World. As we're going to Small World, we saw someone in line. Who did we see?
Clients and I think rope drop patrons too, Craig and Brittany Borgen.
So we saw them in line there. So we talked to them for a little bit as they were progressing through
They
the
had
line
good
of Peter
eyes
Pan.
because they just
They
kind of yelled
they
out my
yelled
name,
out
and
Michelle and
I
talked to
just walked
Michelle, and
towards
I
them.
just stood there like I usually do.
Yeah.
And we talked to them for a little bit. Then we went and did Small World, where we essentially walked on, and we were all crammed into one boat, and the boat behind us went totally empty. Like, dude, why did we not fill both boats halfway? But that's a whole nother thing.
Doug thought we needed to go on it because it was the happiest cruise ever.
We're going to go on
Set
2
sail.
cruises that day.
Yeah,
then. It made sense in
And
my
Pirates
head.
too.
And we went on Pirates. We went on 3 cruises in one day. Who can say they did that? Anyway, we get out of Small World. We walk out the exit. Across, walking out of the exit, is those people off of Peter Pan. I waved, but they did not see me.
So we could have done Peter Pan instead of Small World.
And that same time.
It just looked like
Granted, we spent most of that time on an attraction where they spent most of the time in line, but it was the same net time.
Yeah. And
then we took some more pictures and we left so that we could change. Michelle worked frantically, making some reservations real quick. And then while she had Wi-Fi in the room, and then we, it was awkward. Like, we didn't want to get to the port too early because the port arrival time was strict, but like we didn't want to be late in case there was traffic issues on the road to get there. So yeah, then we left. So after the cruise, 7 a.m. sharp, Michelle grabbed a boarding group for Rise of the Resistance.
From our balcony.
Yeah, from our gigantic balcony.
That's the best way to finish a cruise. I get it.
And then we were in our car. So that was 7 o'clock.
Hollywood Studios opening at 9.
You got it. All right. We were in our car by 7:20.
A little over an hour drive.
Yeah, we got there. I even made a wrong turn in one place because I was too busy talking to exit. That never happens if you've ridden with me. And then what time? We got to Hollywood Studios. It was darn near about an hour later. So we were there in time for rope drop, basically. So it was pretty good, but we rope dropped Mickey and Minnie's. Got to see the pre-show. Haven't seen that since before COVID.
Oh, I didn't know that was back open. There you go.
Yeah, it started again like the week after our rope drop trip, Derek.
So yeah, I keep missing it. You've seen it. There you go.
Now I've seen it twice. And then we did Toy Story Mania. And at that point, boarding groups haven't even started to be called for Rise of the Resistance.
That's not a good sign at all.
No, we were
It was like 9:15.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, maybe, 15 more minutes, right?
Still nothing. Mm-mm. Got some Mickey waffles because Michelle needed them.
Yeah, at Scoops,
they're really good, actually.
Yeah, and he was like dragging his feet. He's like, I don't want any Mickey waffles. Like, I don't know. You're
what
seeing
my
so
deal
weird.
was.
It was almost like the Polo thing all over again. But these are not.
Post cruise, Doug, is not always the best.
During cruise, not always the best.
Zing.
These waffles are not like on the mobile ordering menu, and they're also not just in the app.
They didn't even have the price posted anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. I'm like, I have no idea how much these waffles are.
Yeah, but I saw Touring Plans get them like a month ago, so I was like, "Ooh, we should try this." They were the freshest waffles. They were blueberry, but they didn't taste blueberry-y, really. So you get 3 waffles and then a little bit of strawberry sauce, and then lots of whipped cream.
Lots of whipped cream, whole can.
I didn't even use syrup. They were that good.
I use syrup because syrup.
They're way
is
better
wonderful.
than any character meal I've ever been to. They're
fresh.
So fresh.
That's amazing.
So good.
So after you go
put that on the old list, the checklist.
Tower of Terror, Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster, you get your Mickey waffles right there. They were good. I usually don't say that, but at that point, still not calling.
So we were abandoning ship.
Yeah.
Ready just to go.
As we're abandoning ship, we did find Matt.
Matt found us.
Matt found us. I recognized him. He was in the park with his wife. They got
security guard Matt.
Yes, security guard. He was not working. He was.
Oh, that's even better to find him if he's not. That's like bonus points.
It was his wife's birthday.
One of those.
The day after we saw him.
Yeah, and they had their free because they give all the cast members a free night type thing.
So they were staying at Boardwalk.
Yeah, they got the Boardwalk for their free night. Mm-hmm. They had a Ratatouille preview, so they had a pretty good day scheduled. And then we Went to a gift shop for about 5 seconds.
Took a photo and left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we went and changed and went to the airport. Our flight left on time.
And it was direct. And we had a middle seat.
Empty.
So
wow. So that's finally a win for the McKnights on the flights.
Yeah, I'm good with not getting a boarding group if we're gonna get that kind of luck.
Yeah,
we got home on time.
You've been on it plenty, Doug. I would take the nice flight.
I know. I just wish there was a way that we could give that unused boarding group to somebody.
Oh, yeah,
like,
that'd
you know,
be
with
nice.
the paper fast pass, you could hand it to somebody coming in as you went out. 9 out of 10 times they look at you like you're trying to give them drugs.
Yep.
But that 10th time they're like, "That's amazing, thank you." I remember doing that with Toy Story Mania fast passes a lot because, like, as soon as I could get more, I would type of thing. I was addicted to them when the kids were little. But there you go. We did about 2 hours of.
If only there was a way to buy a skip in line pass.
Well, we've talked about that a week prior.
Yep, I know. So,
but we haven't talked yet.
We will be talking. Yeah. So anyway, anything else from your land and sea vacation, guys?
I was equally awkward and weird about picking out a rental car as usual, Derek. Michelle can verify that.
It's terrible. He walks around like 4 different ones, and then we'll test sit in them. It's an experience.
This one, we got all our stuff in one.
And I was good to go.
And I was
Michelle
like,
what's
the this thing? And it was the backup camera, and it was just dangling in the back. And Doug's like, no. So
We're not taking
unloaded, got in a different one.
Oh my gosh, it's an experience, guys. One I hope you all get to enjoy someday.
We were ready to go. I opened the door, and it smelled like an ashtray. I'm like, not that one. They were legit reasons this time.
Okay. Not just.
And we had to drive a long ways in them because all the way to Disney and then all the way to the port.
And all the way back. So you don't want
okay, there you go. You're making sense.
Again, after getting the skunk car, I'm being pickier.
So, Michelle, let me ask you this, because some other people might. I was going to ask you this on the cruise episode. So, would you say rent a car or do a car service for? I know it's just a couple, but more for families. What do you think?
You know, it kind of depends. Like, do you feel comfortable driving? Like, do you want the stress of finding your way there? It's not hard because I can do it, and I've done it a lot in the last year. But
something about being stress free.
Yeah, it's so nice to have somebody pick you up at the airport, grab your bags for you, and then, you know, get in a car, drop you off so you don't have to walk from the parking lot. So there's something to be said about that. And I mean, I think it would have been pretty close to the same price if we were just going to Disney.
Yeah.
For us this last time.
If we're just doing Disney, but with the port and Disney.
That's a long.
Our rental for a compact SUV was $200 for that whole Thursday through Monday.
That was a midsize.
Oh, you're right. Compact's even more like a roller skate. A midsize SUV, which is not large.
We saved like $200 a couple nights before.
A couple nights before. I checked them again and poof, $200.
So if you have any rental cars booked and you haven't paid for them, go ahead and look at them.
And both sides are now open at the airport so that
traffic jam is not there anymore. Yeah, that was nice.
I'm pretty sure it was my tweets that did it. That got
sure it did.
I'm confident.
All right. Well, that's the land part of your adventures. Anything else you guys did or want to mention?
We really did not do much.
Not much, but the Poly was wonderful. So
it was. The Poly was great. Highly recommend. Hopefully the overlay coming to the contemporary feels kind of that same vibe of not too much, but just enough. I know lots of people have already trashed it just based off of pictures.
That was me. I did that.
Like, wait till you're in it or someone you trust is in it and not just trying to post clickbait.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Michelle, how do you book the Poly right now if you want to go? Oh, and Ohana's, almost 99% back to normal with the menu?
Yeah, the bread is back.
The chicken's back.
Chicken.
The shrimp is back.
Yeah, I haven't heard about the salad.
The casserole's gone forever.
I like the old salad better.
So we're getting there, guys. We're almost
close.
there.
We're close. We didn't originally think we were going to be at the Poly that night. Otherwise, I probably would have tried to do Ohana like in the morning for breakfast. But
Yeah, that probably would have been better use of our time than
Going to the
walking
park.
around the Magic Kingdom
yeah,
and going on Small World. You're going to do 2 attractions in the Magic Kingdom. Which 2? Everybody says Pirates and Small World.
Yep, everybody.
no, nope. No, yeah. If you want to book the Poly, I can help you. Is that what you asked, Eric?
That is what I asked. That
Doug-
was the
Doug
lead-in.
decided-
Doug
I
distracted
just
us
took it
again.
over again. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, Poly is very limited. I mean, there are some weeks in just throughout next year that are already kind of sold out. So it's always good to book the Poly in advance.
Sounds good. Well, that is it for this week's episode, getting the land part of your trip in. I'm glad you had a wonderful time and a wonderful birthday, Michelle. But we will put all of your information in the show notes so people can book their trip, and be sure to follow her on social media. And you can follow us at Rope Drop Radio, all the things. But for Michelle and Doug, I'm Derek. You've been listening to Rope Drop Radio.